Okay, now that we're done with Fisher, let's go ahead and take a look at problem 2, TAC 41. Ooh, man, another four-parter. Geez, they really like those four-parters, don't they? Five-parter sometimes. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? Solve each equation below, show all work, and check your answers. Oh, man, these look pretty straightforward. Man, we've done worksheets with like 50 of these problems on here in like 3 minutes. So I bet you could pause here and just finish these. These look pretty straightforward. I think you got these. Alright, so you pause and then do these, and then I'll just kind of do them right here. Okay, so here we go. So we've got 14 over 5. So let's see, 14, and then I'll do over 5, and then we'll do equals x over 3. Alright, so I think we covered a couple different ways to do this. You could do the cross multiply one, where you say 14 times 3 is equal to 5 times x, and then you just solve it. And in case you're wondering why you can do that, we can actually show why you can do that, because we'll just walk through the simplification method that we've done before. So let's do the simplification method, where we're going to try to simplify these. Not really. I mean, you could probably try dividing these, but let's leave it for now. Could try combining. Well, there's nothing really to combine. Now target. Well, here's our target. There's only one x. So now let's move. So here's where you get the butterfly thing, where it's like, or what do they call it, cross multiply thing, where 5 times x equals 3 times 14. Because what you do is you say, all right, I want to get rid of these denominators. So the way I'm going to get rid of this denominator is I'm going to multiply this side by 5, and I'm going to multiply this side by 5. So let's go ahead and do that. So on this side, I'm going to say times, and I'm going to say we're going to multiply by 5 over 1, right? And so that's going to cancel this 5, and this 5 are going to cancel out, right? So let's see, I don't know how I can actually show that. But in any case, you know those 5s cancel out. And then you got to multiply this side by 5 over 1, right? And so let's go ahead and do that. So this one cancels out, and then this one, we'll just leave it the way it is. So we're going to say, so this side is going to be 14, right? Because the 5 over 1, the 5 and the 5 cancel out. And then this one, we're going to say equals, how come it's not centering? That's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so then on this side, we're going to say, well, 5 times x is 5x, right? And then 3 times 1 is 3. So we're going to put the 3 over there, right? And I'll just write, even though this 5 times x can be written like that, I'll just write it like that for now. Okay, so you know that's 5 times x, or 5x. Okay, and now we want to get rid of this denominator. So let's multiply this side by 3 over 1, right? So this times 3 over 1, right? And then that means we got to multiply this side by 3 over 1. Okay, so multiply this side by 3 over 1, multiply this side by 3 over 1. So this means that these 3's cancel out, right? And it's 5 times x over 1, which is the same as 5 times x. So that equals 5x, or 5 times x, right? And then over here, we're going to get 3 times 14. Man, that spacing's weird. All right, there we go. So that is where you get your cross multiplication. Because remember, the original problem was 14 over 5 times, or equals x over 3, right? 14 over 5 equals x over 3, 14 over 5 equals x over 3. So this is why you can say 14, right, times 3 equals 5 times x. Because when you do the manipulation here, you get 14 times 3 equals 5 times x. So that cross multiplication is just a shortcut, because you're going to end up there anyways if you do this math. So once you do this, so if you said so if you did the shortcut and you just said 14 times 3 equals 5x, this is where you'd end up. So let's go ahead and just start with that one, and then we'll go ahead and solve it. So I'll move this over. So 14 times 3 is, let's see, that's 2, 1, so what, 42? Okay, equals 5x. That's going to be an interesting one. Let's see. Make sure I did that right. And 14 times 3, 2, carry the 1. Yep, 42. All right. And so then x equals 42 divided by 5. 42 fifths. Show all work and check your answers. Well, I guess we should probably check our answer then, huh? All right. What is 42 divided by 5? Let's see what that is. 42 divided by 5 equals, whoops, that's not what I wanted. 42 divided by 5 equals 8.4. All right. So if we wanted, we could say 8.4. Okay. Well, we can just plug that back in and see what we get. So let's see. What is 8.4 divided by 3? Is 2.8. Alright, and let's try 14 divided by 5 equals 2.8. Looks like the right answer. Alright, so we could go with 8.4 or we could go with 42 fifths, whichever one we like. Let's see what they want the answer to be. Multiply both by the common denominator. Solve for x equals 8.4. Check your answer. Wow, okay, yeah, so we definitely did it right. Cool, so let's go ahead and do the next one. Alright, and we'll go a little bit faster this time because you probably already solved these. So let's just go ahead and do 10 over m equals 5 over 11. And since we know the cross-multiplying trick now, we'll say 10 times 11 equals 5m. And we know that 10 times 11 is 110 equals 5m. And we know that if we divide this side by 5, and we divide this side by 5, we will get m equals, let's see, that's 22, is that right? Equals m. And let's see, so 5, 2, carry the 1. Yeah, I think that's right. Make sure. 22 times 5. Yep, 110. Okay, cool. So m equals 22. Well, that was easy. Let's see what their answer is. Boom! Got it. Alright, cool. Next one. Ooh, look at that. Now they're gonna get a little bit tricky. But not that tricky. Alright, t minus 2. Not that tricky, really. 12 equals 7 eighths. Alright, so let's just do our cross multiplication again. T minus 2 times 8 equals 7 times 12. Whoops. 7 times 12. There we go. Alright, so new equation. So let's go ahead and do this multiplication. So we got to take the 8 and we got to multiply it by each of these, right? And don't forget that this minus 2 is basically the same as plus negative 2, if that helps. I don't know if that helps. Maybe not. But for me, I'll just go as we go like this. So we'll say 8 times t is 8t, and then a positive number times a negative number is going to be a negative. So 2 times 8 is 16. So 8t minus 16 equals, and then 12 times 7. So let's see, it's going to be a 4 and then an 8. So 84. Okay. And now we're just going to solve it. So we're going to add 16 to this side, add 16 to this side, because I'm speeding up a little bit. We could go through the simplify, combine steps, etc., but basically we know this is the only target. So add 16 to both sides. Boom, these guys cancel out, so we get 8t, and then we get 84 plus 16, which is 100. Whew, got some big numbers now. All right, now we're going to take this side, divide by 8, right? Divide by 8. Take this side, divide by 8, right? And then that gets rid of the 8s over here. And so we have t equals, and then what is 100 divided by 8? Well, let's see, if we divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2, we get 50 over 4. Divide again by 2, we get 25 over 2. And I think that's as far as we can go. 25 over 2, which is what is that? That's 13, no, 12 and a half equals 12.5. Does that look right? That might be right. All right, so now let's go ahead and check it. So if that's true, then we'd have 20, so we'd have 12.5 minus 2, right? And we'd divide that by 12. Ooh. So take this thing, divide it by 12, should equal 7/8. Alright, so let's see. So 12.5 minus 2 is 10.5 divided by 12. Alright, what is that? 10.5 divided by 12 equals 0.875. Okay, 0.875. Does that equal 7/8? 7 divided by 8 equals 0.875. Check. 0.875. Done. Alright, so we got that one. Next, last one of this group. D, we got x plus 1, so x plus 1. And then we're going to do over 5 equals, ooh, now they're getting even trickier. They're adding that extra variable here. Alright, and we'll do x over 3. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, still pretty easy. Okay, so let's do our cross multiplication. So we've got x plus 1 times 3 equals 5x. Okay, so now we can just go through our steps if we want. So let's go ahead and simplify. Well, we've got these guys to multiply out. So 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 1 is 3, equals 5x. Okay, nothing else to simplify, nothing else to combine that I can see. So let's go ahead and do our targeting. Again, from experience, we know that one of the first things we're going to want to do is move this and combine it over here with this guy. If we targeted this one, we're going to end up moving this 5x over here, and we're going to end up with a negative. So I'm going to target this higher x, and so we're going to end up moving this guy over here. So that's my target right here. Okay, new equation. So 3x plus 3 equals 5x. So first thing I want to do, if this is the one that I'm targeting, is I want to combine everything over here, all the x's over here. So I'm going to do that by subtracting 3x from this guy and subtracting 3x from this guy. And that gives me, well, these guys go away, and that just gives me 3 on this side. And then on this side, 5x minus 3x is 2x. And now I can take this and divide it by 2, boink, and take this guy and divide him by 2, boink. And these 2's cancel out, and so we just get 3/2 equals x. And 3/2 is the same as 1 and 1/2, right? 1.5. So that's x. And then if we want, we can go ahead and check it. Alright, let's go ahead and check it. So we've got 1.5 plus 1, which is 2.5. So let's just do 2.5 divided by 5 equals, 2.5 divided by 5 equals 1.5 divided by 3. Well, we can check that, but I have a feeling that's going to be a half over here and a half over here. Alright, so 2.5 divided by 5 equals 0.5, 1/2. And then 1.5 divided by 3 equals 0.5, which is 1/2. Check. Cool. Nice. All right. Let's see what one more problem looks like.